Good deal. It's great to be at the Pig Barbecue in Callahan. I want to thank everyone for being here. We have some good news here for Nassau County and for Callahan, which I'll say in a minute. And joining me to help deliver that good news is Dane Eagle, our Florida Department of Economic Opportunity Secretary. We also have Andre Wallace, President of Jack's USA Partnership, is here. We have Senator Aaron Bean, as well as, is Yarborough here? Representative Clay Yarborough is also here. And then we've got a lot of great people from the town of Callahan that are here. We've got the mayor, Matthew Davis, Kenneth Bass, Council President and Fire Commissioner, Ashton Bishop Vargas, Councilwoman, Street Commissioner, Janet Shaw, Councilwoman, Promotion, Parks and Recreation Commissioner, Jacqueline Fleming, Councilwoman and Water and Wastewater Commissioner, David Melliker, Councilman and Zoning Department, Donna Kirk, Town Treasurer, and Michael Williams, Town Manager. So thank you all for coming out today. Before I get to today's announcement, I just want to say, on behalf of the people of Florida, we watched the election results down in Colombia, and we have a lot of great Colombian Americans here in our state who were very concerned about what was going on. And I think the results of that election have been very, very troubling. For people that believe in freedom in the Western Hemisphere, to elect a former narco-terrorist and a Marxist to lead Colombia is going to be disastrous. And so we've stood with the people here in Florida that have ties to Colombia. We've had a great relationship with Colombia as a state. We were all hoping that the outcome would be different, but we've got a problem in the Western Hemisphere with Marxism and totalitarianism really spreading. We thought, 25 years ago, the Cold War and all this stuff, and it just keeps rearing its head. So we'll continue to stand with the people of Florida here who are passionate about freedom in the Western Hemisphere, particularly in Colombia, but very, very disappointing and very, very troubling result in that election. So we have been in the state of Florida very focused on economic development, job training. We want to be able to have more of an industrial base in the state of Florida. We want to be able to expand manufacturing, and we've done that in a variety of ways. I was up in Northeast Florida a couple months ago. We did a big expansion of commercial driver's license slots so we can produce more truck drivers. You think about it, you've got these great ports throughout the state. We need people that are going to be able to drive those big rigs to be able to get goods to market. The good thing is it's something that we really need for the economy and the supply chain, but the compensation is fantastic for a lot of these people. I mean, you're getting six-figure salaries, signing bonuses, all these different things. We've worked to produce more diesel mechanics. We've worked to produce other avenues that are really in high demand and that help provide the pool of people that can power an economy that is manufacturing things. And we want to make more stuff in the United States. We want to make more stuff in the state of Florida. So that's been something that we've been committed to since the time I've been governor. Our goal was to be #1 in workforce by 2030. We had been in the bottom half of states when I became governor. We've shot up those rankings with all the different opportunities that we've put time and resources and attention behind, and we want to continue doing that. So having that, the opportunities for people to get those skills that can then be very marketable. Good thing about that, you don't go deep into debt, go into like some private four-year university where they charge you $50,000 a year. You'll be able to go, have very modest or even no debt at all, get good skills, and then be making a good living right off the bat. And so that's important. The other component to that, though, is to make sure we have the underlying infrastructure in place so that you can expand industry and you can expand manufacturing. And there's a whole bunch of different things that go into that. I mean, we've put money in with the Governor's Job Growth Grant Fund, for example, to build roads that connect different important industrial park to a major highway. We've done things to make sure that you had the utilities and the services that would service our industrial parks. And so we're happy to be able to do that. People are interested in investing in Florida. People are interested in having industry and manufacturing in Florida more than they've ever had before. And so we've been really supportive of that. So this job growth grant fund that we have, we've made a huge impact on it. Today we're here to make another award. And if you look here, there's people apply for this stuff. We've got a lot of great potential opportunities. We've got to pick to see what's going to give the taxpayers of Florida the biggest value. And the town of Callahan and the Crawford Diamond Industrial Park, we believe, are primed to bring more jobs to the area for the people of Nassau County. I don't need to tell anybody up in Nassau County that this part of the state is growing. This is a place people want to be, and you have over 1.5 million people just in the Northeast Florida region alone. People want to be able to be in this area because, quite frankly, you've got access to a great port, you've got access to ground transportation, and so if you're making things here, you're really in a good spot. So to be able to capitalize on the momentum and to be able to expand Florida's industrial capacity, and particularly here in Northeast Florida and Nassau County, we are awarding $4 million to the town of Callahan to support the construction of a clean water supply plant at the Crawford Diamond Industrial Park. So this is 1,800-acre mega site. It's approved for use up to 10.5 million square feet of heavy industrial land use. And this water supply plant that we're helping to fund today is going to allow the industrial plant to increase its water capacity to 3 million gallons per day and to expand the number of businesses that can move into the park. And I can tell you, Enterprise Florida, our agencies, there's businesses that are very interested in coming to this particular industrial park in Callahan. And the fact that we're able to do this, I think it's going to make it that much more attractive. And so you think about this mega site, we have 2 different rail lines that service it, access to 3 ports in under an hour and only 2 hours from the port of Savannah, and only 18 miles to I-95 and to I-10. And so that's really, from a logistics perspective, that's a great place to be, and I think businesses understand that. Because we've worked so much on workforce, people that know when you invest here and you want to do manufacturing, state of Florida is committed to being able to produce a workforce that has the skills necessary to compete in those industries. And so if you look at the possibility here, the expectation is over 2,000 jobs when all is said and done in manufacturing and related industries just in the Nassau County area, and then an economic impact of over $25 million. And so that's really significant. I think it's going to create more opportunities for folks in Nassau County. I also think it's going to help expand our economic base and our tax base. And so this is the type of project that can really make an impact. And so we're happy to be able to do it here, and we're happy to be able to present this. And so if we have someone from Callahan that wants to come accept the check, you guys want to come? Who wants to take it?
Love to.
All right, come on. Here we go. Not a bad day at the office, $4 million. You want to hold the check? There you go. Yeah. What's this for? Oh, is this for me?
Governor, this is from the town for you.
Oh, wow, nice. Now that's a challenge coin right there. Wow. All right. All right, we'll hear from Andre Wallace, Jack's USA Partnership.
Good morning, everyone. Florida's business-friendly policies championed by Governor DeSantis has been a reason for attracting business and talent to our state. The appeal of doing business in Florida has been especially evident over the last few years as companies are searching for lower costs of doing business, desirable infrastructure, and an available and skilled workforce. Since the beginning of 2020, the 7-county region of Northeast Florida has seen unprecedented growth. This is no doubt due to the spotlight on Florida, which lends credibility to the message that the state, and especially Northeast Florida, is a great place to live, work for many companies around the world. Manufacturing and logistics companies in particular are honing in on our region with exceptional transportation networks, including 2 deep water ports, 3 major interstates, 4 railroads, and diversified airport systems. Available land at Crawford Diamond Industrial Park in Nassau County is one such reason for the attention and attraction that these companies are looking to invest capital and creating jobs in Northeast Florida. And of course, the site selection by these companies cannot be made possible without the investment to prepare our assets to be shovel-ready. As a result of today's announcement to award a $4 million grant match to Nassau County from the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund to the town of Callahan, Crawford Diamond will be well equipped to construct the water plant and the key things that the companies will be looking for. And with 2 active projects currently vying and looking at Crawford Diamond, we could soon be seeing upwards to 400 to 800 new jobs and almost 200 to 400 million dollars in new private capital investment. And so, Governor, thank you for this particular grant, and we look forward to being back here to announce the new jobs coming to Callahan.
Okay, Dane Eagle.
Well, it's great to be in Callahan. I want to thank the governor for his focus on Florida's economy. We announced on Friday that the Florida unemployment rate remains at 3% compared to the nation at 3.6%. When we look at other large states, California, Texas, New York, they're still well above 4%. That's thanks to the governor's Freedom First policies, but also for investing strategically in our communities. The governor's Florida Job Growth Grant Fund is one of his top priorities, and I want to thank Senator Bean and Representative Clay Yarborough for committing to investing in it so that we can continue to make these investments. But when the governor looks across the state for how we can invest in workforce and in infrastructure, it's very competitive. And by the way, I'll say many states like to invest in businesses. They just get cash handouts. We don't do that in Florida. We invest in our people and we invest in communities. So we do that through workforce training grants, and we do that through infrastructure and communities through the Governor's Job Growth Grant Fund. And I mentioned how competitive it is across the state. The governor is doubling down in Nassau County. He mentioned we were here just in December to be able to invest in diesel and commercial transportation logistics. Now we're doing the industrial park today. We are making sure that Northeast Florida, the surrounding communities, are prepared for the economic growth that's still to come, thanks to Governor DeSantis' policies. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Also, just make an announcement since we're in this area with the candidate filing done. Did you get a Republican? No, sir. Okay, so you're the senator then. You're going to win. Oh, you're going to win that. Okay. Congratulations to Clay. So we have in this area, there's also 2 in the Tampa Bay and 1 in Central Florida where we have these competitive congressional seats. So as part of the Sunshine State Summit, we are, the Republican Party, they're going to be sending out invitations for the qualified candidates in those races. We're going to be doing debates at the Sunshine Summit. And so I have, so there'll be 4 debates. I have for the first 2 that we're going to tee up, I have Mark Levin that's going to moderate those. Obviously, he's a great guy, very smart. And then we're going to have the other 2 will work, and we'll make the announcement on the moderators for that. But it just gives an opportunity for the credible candidates to be able to do it. There will be thresholds you have to reach to qualify, very attainable, very doable. But I think it'll be something that'll be good. You do these summits, and it's fine, but to just have a day's worth of a bunch of people giving platitudes in these speeches, I think the people get a little bored by that. And so we want to make sure that we're doing things that I think are going to be really informative and exciting for folks. And so this will be a great opportunity for the candidates to be able to go and talk about their visions and in contrast with their competitors. So stay tuned on for some information on that. Okay, questions? Yes, sir.
Governor, there's obviously a lot of controversy at the end of last week between your administration and the White House. What do you make of the White House saying that the state reversed on child vaccines?
So the White House is lying about it. We, surprise. Not surprised the White House would lie. Definitely not surprised that legacy media would amplify the lie, because that's what they do. The state of Florida, they came out with an article saying the state of Florida has not ordered, its Department of Health has not ordered mRNA jabs for the babies. Yes, we didn't. We recommend against it. We are not going to have any programs where we're trying to jab 6-month-old babies with mRNA. That's just the reality. And I think what happened was they thought somehow we would like be embarrassed by that. No, we're following the data. You look at these European countries, they are A lot of them don't even allow Moderna for under age 30, or they recommend against it. So that was always that. We still have not ordered it. We're not going to order it. Now, what they're saying is because practitioners and hospitals can order it, somehow we've reversed. I said from the beginning they'll be able to do that. We don't have the authority to prevent it. And quite frankly, if someone wants to make a different decision, I would just caution people, look at the actual data in the clinical trial. It is the weakest possible data that you could possibly see. Very small number of people. What the recommendation is from them doesn't even track the outcomes. It was something that, but people can ask their pediatricians. They can ask their doctors. What's the evidence of protection against severe disease? There was none in the clinical trial. But that's something that people would do. But for us, Joe Latipo, our Department of Health, has looked at it. There is no proven benefit to put a baby with an mRNA. So that's why our recommendation is against it. That's different than prohibiting the use in Florida, which we don't have the authority to do. And quite frankly, we're confident people can make their own judgments on it. But I would say when you look at the trial, one of the things they did not have babies or very young kids who had recovered from COVID in the trial. So we don't know what this will do for people that have recovered. But in their recommendation, they are recommending giving the mRNA shot to people, young babies and kids that have already recovered from COVID. They don't have any clinical data on that. And people have looked at some of this stuff and have recognized how that, and you know what? The White House is bragging that we're the only country that is trying to do mRNA shots for infants. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with being the Lone Ranger if you're right. But the other countries in Europe that are going a different direction, similar to the direction Florida's gone, they have been right on COVID way more than Fauci and his crew have been throughout this whole thing. Remember, these are people in Washington that rejected the idea of natural immunity. For a year and a half, they said that the vaccine was better than prior infection. And every credible study that's been done has said that that's not the case. And so they've been wrong time and time again. They were wrong when they criticized me for having schools open. They wanted our kids locked out of school in the state of Florida. They were wrong when they criticized me for having businesses open, beaches, all these other things. And so this is an example where they are pushing this with very, very, very scant data. But again, people can make their judgments, but ask questions. And the fact of the matter is, I think what this whole year and a half has shown us is these regulatory agencies in the federal government have basically become subsidiaries of the pharmaceutical companies. They are not independent regulators. They basically are there to rubber stamp what Pfizer wants to do. So people can make their judgments on it, but we have not ordered any for the Department of Health. There's been absolutely zero change in our recommendations. And the recommendations, remember, we were the first state to recommend against 6 to 11-year-olds. We never had any state programs for any of that. There have been some practitioners that have ordered it, and some have gotten it. Most parents are not giving it for the kids with the mRNA, but some did, and I think it's the same thing. So this is a continuation of our policy that we've had in place really since the spring.
Governor, I have a question for you, and maybe Mr. Eagle might be able to help with this. I've spoken to a lot of Floridians who are finding jobs, but they're still sort of in this unemployment process, mostly with overpayments. I mean, last year, you guys promised you would come after them with collections. Is it going to be the same this year?
Jane?
So the governor took a very proactive approach when it comes to overpayments. We're required by state and federal law to issue the overpayments, but what we could do within state law is forgive them if there was no fault for fraud or other things. So there is a process to be able to go through that. I encourage people to go to the RA Help Center at floridajobs.org/RA Help Center, and we can follow up with specifics. But the governor's been very proactive in making sure that people are not at fault for something that didn't happen at their own fault, unless it's fraud.
Governor, you got an alimony bill on your desk right now that was vetoed twice by your predecessor. Any preliminary thoughts on permanent?
So we're going through everything, and so you guys will get, I think I have this week, we'll probably act on the remaining pieces of legislation. So we're going through our process. There's a lot of bills that get churned out. They get dumped on my desk, and I've got to look to see on all of them. We do our due diligence. We research them. We try to make the best decisions that we can, for the people of the state of Florida. So that process is ongoing. I think we've gotten through probably 80 to 90% of the bills, or probably 80%. So this week there'll be a lot of bills that are processed, and we will act on all of them, either with a signature or with a veto. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Thanks for coming. It's really great to be in Callahan. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. Where's my guys? Can you hold that? All righty. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great to see you. Thanks. Hey, congrats, man. That's awesome. Oh, cool. How are you? Thank you. All right.
That's all right. I might need to lean towards you. I hold each other. That's you.
Listen, that was textbook.